Hello guys, today we are going to talk about springs, and I will cover two main topics in spring. So the first one will be IOC, inversion of control, or also known as dependency injection. And in the second part I will be talking about Spring MVC framework. And basically I'll set up an example using Spring MVC, and I'll give you the flow of it. Okay, so to start, let's do new dynamic web project. I'm going to name this as Spring tutorial. Okay, and let me add this to my working set Spring. If you guys do not have a working set, skip this part. So the next just like making regular dynamic web project, just create a new one. Okay, I have it here. The first thing you need to do is right click on this. So this is a regular project, correct? So we need to tell this that we are trying to do Spring on it. So let's go to Spring Tools and add Spring Project Nature. So if you do not have Spring Tools, that means you need to install Spring Tools from your Eclipse Marketplace. Okay, so alright, so when you do this, this is going to give you this S symbol. Okay, now first let me copy all the jar files we need for doing any Spring project. So I'll go to my Spring framework. I'm using 3.0, so let's go to this folder. If you guys do not have this folder, we're gonna need like few this one and common loggings. Just let me know, I can send it to you. Then for Spring, just go to source. So we have all the jars here. So if you look at the name of these jars, you'll see, so context, beans, web, JDBC. So basically they have like a jar for each module. And if you are simply doing core, Spring core, you're only gonna need context, bean, and core. If you're doing like web, you use web, and that's how it goes. So you won't use all of this, but I cannot tell like which one to use for which product. So basically what I do is I'll just copy the whole thing. Okay, so let's copy this here. Okay, and moreover we also need some common loggings. Okay, let's copy the whole thing, and same thing with this one. I'm not sure if we need all of this. I'm sure we don't need all of this, but just to be on the safe side, I'll copy the whole thing again. Okay, so I don't know, I should have a total of maybe around 20 jars. Then we'll just build path. Build path. So go to libraries, just do add jars and add jars. Or instead of like doing it every single time, you can create a user library. So I hope some of you guys already know this. So if you want to learn this, just let me know. So I already have a user library. So I add library, user library, so I have it in here. Okay, as I told you, if you want to learn this, just ask me. I'll help you with this one. But I think most of you already know what I'm doing here. Okay, so okay, so our jars. So we're ready to, we just build our path, and we are ready to go. Okay. Okay, so let me start by making a class here. So inside our source, we'll make a class. Oh, by the way, so first I will be going over dependency injection. Sorry, and I will extend this tutorial for MVC as well. Okay, so let's create a class. What should I say this one? And oh, we need a package as well. So let's do com.spring spring. Okay, I'll just name this hello world, our first spring program. Okay, let's finish. So just a regular hello world class, nothing new here. Then let me go ahead and create string. That's just a field. I have setters and getters for this one. Okay, so this is just a regular class with one field, and having this says setters and getters. And also note, guys, I'm using setter injections for my example. There are two ways to inject and do the injection by using constructor injection or setter injection. I would highly recommend you guys to use setter injection each and every time. You should learn constructor injection, but we will probably never use constructor injection. So I would highly recommend you use setter injections. Okay. Next, I'll just create a tester class. Okay. It's nothing new. Have a main method here. Okay. So let me show you how we have been doing like our program so far. So this is our traditional way. So basically, I would create a object of this class, and I would simply do s.set message, right? And I would do something. This is done. So if I run this, oh, sorry, my bad. This is just a regular Java application. So okay, hello. So nothing new. Okay, first, what is dependency injection? So as you can see, we are creating an object of this class. Okay, so what we can say is our tester class is dependent on hello world class. We are creating a dependency between these two classes. So what Spring does is, instead of creating our own object by ourselves, Spring is going to take care of creating all the objects for us. So I will go on, I'll talk like more about how it does and all those, but the main concept for your dependency injection is you are not going to create an object. You will never write something equals to new something. You will never do that in your program. Then the question is, how would you create an object? So we have our own ways. Spring has got its own way of doing those. Okay, and Next is so as you can see, I call this set message method to set a value for my variable message. We can also pass values using a different way in Spring. Okay, so to for dependency injection, we need a XML file. Okay, so what we do is we define all our classes and its values for its fields in an XML file, and we just create a bin factory or a application context, and we just create an object. We just basically call that object. Okay, Spring will already, like, Spring is going to create that object, and we are just going to use it every time. Okay, so how do you do that? So let me go ahead and create XML file. Okay, so to make it easy for me, you can simply do XML file, but it's easy just to do. So just go to Spring bin configuration file. It is called a bin configuration file because we've configured all the bins. So when I say bins, it's nothing but a Java bin, and in our case hello world is a Java bin, right? So it's a bin configuration file. Next, give it a file name. You can write anything you want. So by convention we say application context.xml. Just do so, and this is going to ask you for the namespaces. What XSD do you want to use? So for the basic, we only need bin. Okay, I'll choose bin 3.0. Next, and finish. So you see, so by using this, I didn't have to worry about like what to write in here. So just a clever way to make your XML file. So here I'm going to make a bin, regular bin tag, and here I am going to create an object, or in other words, I don't know, just create an object of hello world. Okay, so inside bin, give ID, so a unique ID for this class. I'll say hello world, and give a class path for this class. So this is going to be a fully qualified class name. So com dot spring dot hello world. Okay, so what have we done so far? We just created a bin for our class, right? So let me stop it right here, and let me show you what I have done so far using a tester. So instead of doing new, I'm going to use our configuration file to create an object. And there are two ways to do this. One, by using bin factory, and the other one is by using a class called application context. Okay, you can use any one of, like, any whichever you want, but application context is built on bin factory, and it contains more features. That's what I read. So I always use application context. I would recommend you to use application context, but it's just a one-line code, so you can use anything you want. It won't make a difference. Okay, so application context, oh sorry, it's a interface context equals to new, Okay, I forgot what we write here. I think it's new XML bin okay, bin fact. Let me pause this. Okay, so we write new class path XML application context, and we're giving a resource file, right? So just select one of these and just go ahead and give the application context.xml. Okay, let me comment this one. So we have this application context. So what I can do is context dot get bin, okay, using our ID. This is going to ask for ID, which is nothing but the bin ID we gave. Hello world. So the return type of this is a bin factory, or like that's a superclass. So the return type, this is going to return your class. For the world, that's is equals to, and we need to typecast. Okay, so what changes did I make? I didn't create an object by myself. I just used our application context to create a class. Let me go ahead and run this. Oops. Okay, so we're getting an error saying this file is not found. Okay, oh, that, my bad. This file has to be inside source, not inside the package. Okay, let me try it once again. Okay, so see, so I'm getting this hello. I'm passing this value to this object, but did I create this object by myself? No, I let Spring create this object for me. Okay, so next, so instead of passing the value to this object by yourself, you can pass this inside your context file. Okay, remember guys, this XML file has to be inside source. Okay, I made a mistake. It has to be inside the source, not your package. Okay, here, so if I want to define any property here, I do property, so name should match your field name, your variable name, message value equals to hello. I'll just make hello world. Okay, so let me try again. So see, I'm not passing this value by myself, but I'm printing the value of the message. Let me try this again. See, hello world. So we are passing this value from our bin configuration file. So at this point, first I wanted to note this one. I'm using set injection. So for set injection, see, I have setters and getters, right? So I'm using setter injection here. For constructor injection, you would be using constructor tags, and it's a little different. But as I told you, always use set injection. Just learn about constructor injection, but you'll be always be using set injections. And similarly, you can, so I have a field, you can have a class, like instead of having a string, you can have a message class, and you can, instead of passing a value, you pass a reference. There are like a whole lot of things you can do. So I want you guys to go over the tutorials and practice on your own. but I hope this should help you understand the concept behind dependency injection. Okay, and we are going to use this to do our MVC.